talk about a lot of threes. So in the first part of the presentation today, we're going to talk about a number of different things happening in threes. So to start off with, this first board says modern pig production. And you can see that there's a triangle there in the middle. And of course, the triangle has three sides. I took my triangle this morning and I divided it up into three parts. Okay, at the top, we have a sow farm. In the middle, we have nursery farms. At the bottom, we have finisher farms. And so we're going to talk about three different kinds of barns that pigs go into today. All right. And so we'll start off with a sow farm. I actually have two pictures up here of sow farms. One of these is in Fulton County, all right, up in the Forbes Road area. Okay, it's called Houston Hollow Sow Farm. And that's the one there. It's got three different barns to it. This one here is over along the turnpike. As you get close to the Willow Hill exit on the turnpike, that's this particular barn here. Can anybody tell me what a sow pig is? What is a sow pig? Yes, sir.
Female pig.
It's a female pig. That's correct. All right. I fully expected somebody today to say it was a mommy pig. All right, because that's what a sow pig is. It is a mommy pig. A sow pig can have a litter of pigs. Here comes the threes again. In 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. All right, so that's something you should be able to take with you today. A mother pig would give birth to pigs in 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. Yes, ma'am.
I have a sow who has pigs
In November, okay? And if we back that up from the day whenever her sow pig has its babies, all right, we could back up 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, and we'd know whenever the pig was going to, or whenever the pig was bred in the first place. So that all happens at a sow farm, okay? At a sow farm, the one that's pictured here has about 2,800 sows, okay? And then when they give birth to a litter of pigs. That's what we call it, a litter. And they range in size, maybe 6, maybe 12, maybe more, okay? Those little pigs stay with their moms for a period of about 3 weeks. We're back to the threes again. From the time that they're born until they leave their moms, they weigh about 12 pounds whenever they leave. How many of you go grocery shopping? Every now and then. How much does a bag of sugar weigh?
5 pounds.
It used to weigh 5 pounds, but they started cheapness.
4 pounds.
They weigh 4 pounds now, okay? So when a little pig leaves its mother, okay, it weighs the same as 3 bags of sugar, okay? So you can kind of think about it that way. Pig's going to take 3 truck rides in its life, okay? So at 12 pounds, they're going to be loaded up on trucks, and they're going to go from the sow farm to what's called a nursery farm. Okay, and I have a nursery farm pictured up here at the top on the right-hand side. At that nursery farm, there are 4,400 nursery pigs. Okay, so they're about 12 pounds when they get there. They stay there at that nursery farm for about, not 3 weeks this time, for about 7 weeks. In 7 weeks, these little pigs go from about 12 pounds to 50 pounds. So they take their body weight and they multiply it times 4, okay? Now think about you, all right? Think about what you weigh, and imagine if you multiplied your body weight 4 times in 7 weeks. Your parents would take you to the hospital because they would know that there was something wrong with you. You should not quadruple your body weight in 7 weeks. But that's what these little pigs do, all right? They increase their weight 4 times in 7 weeks. They then leave that nursery barn, okay? After being there for 7 weeks, they take their second truck ride. Their second truck ride takes them to what's called a finisher barn, okay? And these pictures down here at the bottom are pictures of finisher barns. That's actually the kind of barn that I have, okay? I have a finisher barn. I get the pigs whenever they are about 50 pounds, and they are with me for a period of about 16 to 18 weeks. So another way of thinking about that is they're with me for about 4 months. In 4 months, they go from 50 pounds to about 260 pounds. All right? So in 4 months, they gain 200 pounds. All right, let's talk a little bit about where these pigs live. I need 4 volunteers. I need 4 volunteers. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. 2 guys and 2 girls. All right, you guys need to grab a corner of the rope. Okay, a corner of the rope. There's a black dot on the rope. You need to grab the black dot. Okay, why don't you do it like, I want you to do 2 hands. Okay, you go back there and find the left one right there. 1 of each hand, all right? Okay. Now, what I need you to do is I need you to stretch your ropes out. Okay, you need to get to the corner there. Yeah, right there. Okay, that's good. All right. When the pigs come to my barn, okay, they weigh 50 pounds. We divide them up into groups of 30, and we put them in a pen that's about this big. Okay? Now, does that look like a lot of space or a little space for 30 pigs?
Little space.
That's what everybody keeps saying. It's a little space. Now, the pigs are about this long and about this high. That looks like a lot of space now, doesn't it? Okay? Because the pigs, when they come, are really little. Now, obviously, they grow and they get to be big. All right? And when they get to be big, they're about this high and about this long. Now, that seems like a little space. All right, you guys can drop your ropes. Thanks for being my volunteers. I'll need 1 more volunteer later. Okay, later. All right. And you might say, well, those pigs get really big, and that seems like a very little amount of space for them to be in. But pigs are very social. Okay, pigs aren't like people. People don't like to be around each other. But pigs, they really enjoy being around each other. Lots of mornings, whenever I go in my barn, the pigs have that space, and they'll be like in one corner, and they'll be laying on top of each other, okay? They like being around one another, and they like to pick on each other. They bump into each other, they'll bite each other, grab a hold of their ears, grab a hold of their legs, things like that. The pigs like to be around each other, and so while maybe that seems like a small space, those pigs seem awful happy in there to me, okay? Because those pigs have really just one job. Anybody know what the job of that pig is?
Eat.
It is to eat, that's right, okay? And they eat a lot of food, okay? This I got this morning out of the barn, okay? This is what they eat. Anybody know what those are made out of? Yes, sir.
Corn.
Corn, and there's one other big ingredient as well.
Soy.
Corn and soybeans. That's the main parts of the food that the pigs eat. There's also other vitamins and nutrients in there to help them grow. But that's what they eat, okay? Now, somebody had a really good question earlier. They said, well, how much of that food would a pig eat every day? Okay, there's probably about 1 pound in there, I would guess. I didn't weigh it out this morning, okay? But the average pig would eat about 6 of these a day, okay? So the average pig eats about 6 pounds of feed every day. Pigs that I have right now at the barn, they probably weigh about 125 or 30 pounds, something like that. They've been there for about 7 weeks. They'll eat a truckload of feed every week right now. That's 56,000 pounds of feed. All right? I have 2,200 pigs approximately at my barn, and they'll eat a truckload of feed every week. Now, when they get bigger, okay, they'll eat a truckload of feed every 5 days. Okay? But that's a lot of corn, that's a lot of soybeans. But remember, we said that they're going to put on 200 pounds of weight in 4 months. So they have to be eating a lot of this in order to do that. Okay? Inside those pens, all right, this is a picture inside the pens. They have feed and they have water all the time. So they can literally eat constantly if they want to. All right? Some of your parents probably complain that you eat constantly. You don't eat constantly like a pig would. All right? And you might say, well, this is all they eat. Well, think about if you could eat your favorite food at every meal. You'd probably be pretty satisfied if you could eat your favorite food all the time. You didn't have to eat that stuff that your parents make you eat that you don't like. All right? Pigs get to eat what they like all the time. All right? None of us want to trade places with a pig, but they do get to eat what they like all the time. All right? So that's a little bit about the 3 parts of the production cycle.